Hi, good night, everyone. Welcome to Raw and Uncut. Of course, I'm Luis Hart, and we're here with Dra, and of course, Lee, my son.
Good night.
And we're going to be doing what we normally do, which is pretty much me talking a lot of shit and tackling the headlines. Our guest tonight is Stephanie Saloom, so we're going to have a chit-chat with her, and, it's going to be a fun night, as always. So let's get into it, shall we? So tonight I'm going to talk about, my monologue is going to be about men and their fragile egos. It's... man, especially as we get older, our whole ego revolves upon our dick being able to get hard and being able to have sex. That's why all these tools and things and drugs that we take to, a perfect example of this is a story of this older guy who, of course, married a girl that's way too young for him. And he can't please her sexually. She's too young, she has too much energy. So he goes to the bush doctor, to get help. Of course, he's trying to go to a bush doctor. He just can't go to an ordinary doctor. The doctor tell him that what he need to do is get a young man, the good-looking guy, to come in your room when you're having sex with his girlfriend and wave a rag, Marshall Montana style, wave a rag over his head while you're having sex with her.
What?
So he goes, he hires a male model, and he brings the male model into the room while he's having sex with his beautiful young wife, and the male model is standing up over him, swinging that rag hard at him. Of course, nothing happened. Of course, it wasn't going to work. He couldn't please the girlfriend. So the girlfriend suggests that they switch places. Of course, they do. The young boy jumps on his girlfriend. The old man grabs the rag and he's waving it over his head. And of course, in 2 seconds, the girlfriend had like multiple orgasms. Mm-hmm. And the old man says to the guy, "You see, that's the way you swing a rag." The reason is, the moral is, it's never their fault. It's somebody else's fault. If I can't please her, it's not my fault. It's her fault. Or it's the rag fault. You know what I mean? So, that's it. Thank God for Viagra, though. Because men of all ages are now having a lot more fun. But, surveys still show that married men use more Viagra than single men. And it's not because married men...
As expected.
Yeah. Well, you figure married men would, why would they
need
want
extra incentive to have sex with their wife.
That's it. That's the whole part. It's not because they don't want to have sex. They just want to have sex with the same person.
Correct.
Yeah, but wouldn't Viagra make you stay...
What?
Workable
Look, you take enough
longer?
Viagra.
If you just want to have sex with your wife, right? Why isn't it you don't take the drugs that make you last longer? You just...
It don't make it last
No,
longer.
you don't understand. After 5 years of marriage, no way, nothing happening. I mean, you see her naked like 100 million times.
Okay.
Come on. You see, women, you all do understand, man. You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
My expiry date is 2
Men
years.
love variety. That's it. Women, like for instance, when you first meet your wife, you're like, you're intense with her. You want to have sex all the time. You want the light on, and she feeling maybe a little bit unsure, so she want the light off. And then after 5 years of marriage, she's more confident as a woman and comfortable with you. She wants the light on now, and you want the light off because you want to think you're having sex with somebody else. But drop it.
I mean...
man, am I lying? Am I lying, man? You know I'm telling the truth.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. Come on. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, to be real frank, women not too...
Far off it.
No, but women...
I mean, what's the difference between women and men?
No, because I find, women tend to be... No, they tend to be cool with having sex with the same person.
No, I find that sometimes if you're in a relationship for an extended period of time with someone, that they get lazy.
Mm-hmm.
But of course
All
you get
the
lazy, but it's the same.
Dog,
Imagine having to eat the same food every day for the rest of your life. You must get bored.
So when you cooking that food, if you don't adjust the spices every few whatever, if you don't adjust your recipe, then obviously it'll be bland. But if you make
forget
it
the recipe. Let's go out somewhere else to eat.
And that's the problem. That's why men have fragile egos.
But you see, listen. What I'm saying is that I'm suggesting, women, listen to me carefully, wives out there, what you should do if you really love your husband and you want your marriage to work is have a rando weekend with your husband, right? Where for 1 weekend a month, you let him go out and have rando sex. Once he's discreet and he wears a condom. Come on, he coming home to you, you don't have to worry, it's no biggie. And when he comes home, he'll love you even more. And you have that little bit of guilt in the back of his head. And, you could milk that guilt for like jewelry or something that you really like. Come on, ladies, come on. Wives, think. 1 weekend. And oh God, don't be selfish and tell me about why you should have run. No, this is not about
I am
you.
not
Don't be
talking-
selfish.
No.
It's about men.
That is not at all what I was going to say. I was going to say, why is it that as a unit, because you're a couple, if you're talking about married people, legally, you're bound. Why is it that for the same rando sex weekend that you're talking about, why can't you have a weekend where y'all do new things? Might discover something. Exactly. That's the problem right there. The problem,
I
as
threw up a little
you
bit in my
correctly stated, the
For
problem
3 weekends out of the month, they could do that. And rando weekend is for him to go out and have a little fun.
Once a month, whole pass.
You understand? Maybe with his partners. A little rando sex. He wears a condom though, guys. And, you know, you're discreet. You don't embarrass your wife.
So-
you come home to your wife and...
Of course, all the men in the comments are agreeing with you.
Well, of course.
I
You
wonder how
understand?
many
So,
of them are
wives,
married.
what do you think? Come on. Come on, ladies. Send me your comments. What do you think? Your husband, he coming back home to you. It's just 1 weekend a month.
I hate to hear that shit.
That's also
Why?
I don't care if he's sleeping with other
What's he
people.
coming back
He
to
just
me?
come and sleep with me and
Yeah,
he
he coming back to you.
He just
You
wake up
understand?
with me in the morning.
That's it.
Well, get out
Alright.
of here.
Ladies, no, I know, ladies bumping if you feel being selfish, but okay, ladies, all right. Come on, think about it. If you're not going to give him a rando sex, then how about a little anal action? What do you think? Give him
That's illegal in Trinidad.
So break the law.
So don't film it.
A little anal action, you know what I mean? Yeah, by anal action, I mean flip him over and hit him with a strap on. It won't be rando sex, but I guarantee it'll be different for him.
And then he will then, after that, further lobby for...
You never know,
His
the
random
scary part
weekend
is that he
every
might like it. That's the scary part, he might like it. Anyhow, that's my monologue.
Alicia
And
Matura-
married guys have made you plea on your behalf. So.
Alicia Matura said there's no way that any husband would be okay with their wife doing that. So why should the wives be okay with
Because
it?
stop being... What's that, Alyssa is her name?
Alicia.
Alicia, stop being selfish. It's not about you. It's about your husband and his needs. You know, you should be a little, you know, be willing to sacrifice. Be yourself. Right, guys? So I did it, eh? You all messaged me and told me, and I came up with it. So let's see. Let me know on Thursday how it pays out, how it pans out for you, right? And the same as Louis said, I recommended it. So let's get into the headlines. And man, this is like new level shit for Trinidad. I mean, I don't think in recent history I've seen this kind of thing happen. A Lavatil man was arrested yesterday afternoon in connection with that horrible murder in Chumakak in Lavantil. Did I say it right? Wow.
I almost said yes.
I was practicing that before.
Intra, how you pronounce this? Chumaka. What? Chumaka.
I know, I've been up in lots of Lavantil, and I guess I never really questioned the areas and what the names are. So this 15-year-old schoolboy, Joshua Andrews, and a taxi driver, Devon Hernandez, were killed and their bodies burnt while trying to escape. The suspect was held near the scene of the double killing and was taken to the Mova police station where he was questioned last night. His home was later searched. In a statement last night, National Security Minister Edmund Dillon said the government strongly condemns the heinous act against innocent victims. Duh, you think so? I mean, really? He said all law enforcement agencies are in direct and active engagement, and together they send a stern warning to perpetrators that they're not going to tolerate this. According to police reports, this happened around 3 p.m. Two gunmen opened fire on a gold-colored Nissan Almera driven by Hernandez, who police said was the intended target, the gunman. And then the man cornered Hernandez, who managed to evade them and sped off. The gunman raced after him and then opened fire, this time causing his car to crash. While the car was stuck, the gunman riddled the car with bullets and escaped. Apparently, the car caught on fire because Hernandez had driven the car into the wall, and when in his last dying acts, he kept his foot pressed down on the accelerator, and that somehow caused the car to catch on fire. But the thing is, he had 3 kids in there with him. You can't fucking understand. You're a gangster. Do your shit now. But why would you think? And apparently, it was like the day before there was another killing, and they saying this was a reprisal for that. Day before, in the same spot. Well, the police saying that this same guy, this Hernandez guy, was involved in that, and this was a reprisal killing. And you have people children in the car with you? I mean, what's going on in your head? Now, you had to be dotish for one to go back in the same area where just the day before you was involved with a shooting. I mean, I don't know, and I'm not a gangster, but I know the laws are gangsters go. I shoot one of y'all coming to shoot me. So the next day you're in the same spot, but this time you have people throwing the car. You thought they wasn't going to shoot you with that? I mean, I don't know what to say. And then I want to ask the UNC right now, after this gangster thing, what do you feel about denying the legislation that the government was trying to pass? The same legislation that you had passed. And the first thing that came to mind was that you know, I don't know what to say. It's just unreal. And you know, it continues. It continues. In recent memory, I cannot think of a more heinous crime than that. I can't. I mean, we talk about women getting chopped with little children getting burned to death alive.
Right.
And then, well, this one I like. Actually, we have the video for this, Lee. This is the owner of is it Yahoo restaurant was was at the establishment located at Eastern Main Road, Aruka, around 10:25 a.m. on Sunday when 4 men entered. One man was armed with a gun and the other with a knife. The men announced a robbery and proceeded to hit the guy several times. Right? They got away with $2,200. That's all the poor guy had on him. Right? The men entered a grey Hyundai Elantra, as you seen it there. And as they tried to do the police, would you believe? Yeah! You know, I beat up on the police when they do shit. But when they do great things like this, yeah, I wish I had my applause track. Because, yeah, police, go for it, man. Amazing. This looked like shit something out of a movie or something. Yeah. They handled it well. They got them it was 4 assholes, right?
Yeah. It was 5.
5, yes. Driver and 4.
They didn't shoot nobody.
You understand?
They locked them.
But that was the only downside of this. They should have riddled their ass with bullets. That's it. These assholes, they should have fucking killed them.
And you see how casual they walk out the place?
You know what I mean?
Real
But that's my boys. Look at them, man. Look at them.
And
SWAT style. I like that.
Next van pull up.
You go, boy. You go. It's not often we get to see this. This is amazing shit. We don't often get to see our police acting like this. See, yeah, down on the ground. They should have kicked it, boy.
This one point is stamping on her.
Yeah, nice. Kick him in the head. Kick him in the head. In the balls. What? But you can't pistol whip him or something? You know? I understand why they brutalize him, but anyhow.
That's one of the best local videos I've seen in a long time.
I find that real good. So they held them. I think it was one pistol, Jennings pistol, and one round of .22 millimeter ammunition. Only one bullet. The whole up on a restaurant, one bullet. For assholes.
Normally, they just show the gun.
The 5 suspects were one of the 30-year-old, a 29-year-old, a 28-year-old, a 25-year-old, and a 19-year-old. I'm so surprised. Beetham Gardens. They came out of Beetham Gardens? No. Can't believe that. Those poor little victims are living in there? No. We move on. And we're talking about the appointment, and I must say I was very pleased at last. But once the opposition, the government agreed on something, the appointment yesterday, the opposition gave approval for government's sole presidential nominee, Madam Justice Paula May Weeks, to become TNT's 6th and first female president. Of course, affixing 4 signatures to the nomination form was the leader Kamala Prasad-Bissessar, MPs Dr. Rudal Munilal, David Lee and Prakash Ramada at the office of the Prime Minister in St. Clair. 12 signatures were required on the form. The Electoral College was made up of course, all the elected members of the Parliament and Senate, and we'll meet on January 19th to ratify or take a vote on it. But it's pretty much a done deal. She is president-elect at this point in time. Even though, mind you, and I'm going to be honest here, I don't see the need for us having a president. I think the powers that the president have could be given to the judiciary. Why the Chief Justice can't act? And will save us a shitload of money. All this house and thing. And remember this? And then, of course, we go on to, as I get into that, Anthony Carmona, who call on citizens to be resolved in their faith and to never lose hope. You understand? He's praying. I don't know about him, but he's out. I mean, God answered my prayers.
I still waiting.
God answered my prayers, you know.
for the powers that when he had his little speech when he was first sworn in and stuff, he started talking about I have powers that y'all don't even know about. I still waiting for them powers.
He powers to get the hell out. That's the power he have right now. I mean, I said, so he prayed and God answered my prayers. His ass is out. And take his wife too. There you go. I swear to God, I don't think we need a president. I don't see no reason why we need you. You find we need that office. We can't give that to that responsibility to the judiciary.
No, I don't think so. I think somebody needs to be, because if you give it to the judiciary,
what they're independent.
What should I think they should?
And they know the law.
Yeah. Well, how independent are they really?
I don't know. Careful.
I don't know. I don't know. But I mean, when you
how independent are they? They elected. They're being appointed by the politicians.
If suppose the Chief Justice, suppose there's a situation now where people are questioning the Chief Justice or questioning, behavior that has been.
But they could question the president too, as we have done.
Well, I know you can't question the president, but I mean, who is the person to enforce?
Well, let's do a tribunal then of judges.
Why we don't just figure it out?
Yeah, but we don't need a president.
I mean, I guess they're just going to keep it there just because that's what they are accustomed to.
Yeah, but we
and
don't need a president.
We all need to complain about what's a disgusting
No, but we talk about trying to save money for taxes and taxpayers, and this is one we can save real money. Hey, what happened to all the bottles of Prime Minister champagne?
It's not champagne, it's Prosecco, son.
It's Prosecco?
And it's presidential Prosecco.
Well, presidential Prosecco. So what happened with all of that? He get to take it with him? Or we can have a party in the grounds? We have a party in the presidential grounds. Bring out the Prosecco. All right. And very sadly, as we're still on the topic of presidents, former President Professor George Maxwell Richards has died. His family confirmed that he passed away on Monday. Richards suffered a heart attack early in the day and was admitted to West Shore Medical Center in critical condition. Richards was the country's fourth president whose time in office spanned 2003 to 2013. A chemical engineer by training, Richards was principal at the St. Augustine. Oh, I didn't know that. St. Augustine campus of the University of the West Indies in Trinidad from 84 to 96. I didn't know. He previously worked for Shell Trinidad Limited before joining the University of West Indies in 1965 and known by most citizens as Max Richards. I saw a wannabe politician write a very nasty thing about Max today. I don't know call his name because I don't want the grace give him because he had nobody really watching him, and I don't want to inform our viewers who he is. But I wrote something very nasty to the effect that he felt that he was a less than honorable person because he blamed him for the passing of the Section 34, the deal that went on when Pamela was in office.
I don't understand when people is wait until people dead.
But that fellow's a jackass, and I mean, always blaming everybody else and have no authentic thought of his own. But I don't know the story on his own. But I find it's distasteful to insult somebody, especially when they can't stand up and fight back,
Yeah.
And also, what about hours after Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley announced the government's decision regarding the future of the Couvers Children's Hospital, a water storage tank in the facility came bang crashing down. Look at there it is. What the ass? And guess who built this thing? Shanghai Construction Group. What's the story with them, boy? Them have we should have like when you buy food, an expiry date for them buildings. It's how a water tank does just fall apart? I think the water tank still looking new. I have a water tank in my house, must be 15 years and nothing can go wrong with it. But looking kind of flimsy in truth, yeah? I don't understand. I mean, the whole water, thank God it wasn't anywhere near the building.
How long is it?
But it was built about 6 years. About 6 years, yeah. 6 years it completed.
And Kamla was real proud of it.
Yeah,
and they
why we never use it? I mean, thank God when you do, because somebody might have dead when that thing bust, even though it happened I think 3:24 in the morning.
They probably tell them make it last 6 years so we could pay it to build the next one.
Yeah, I mean, come on, boy. I just suspect about this construction company. I know what to see. Health Minister Terence Dale Singh said yesterday the incident was being investigated. Whoop-de-doo. We're investigating a badly made tank. Also, massive among the 34 of Chutney Soca Monarch semis. Yes, that means there's a good chance his story. His song. Man, the big controversy was wrong. Rowley mother count could come first. So the headline should be Rowley mother count comes first. If he wins. That could be a whole nother calypso. You know what I mean? Oh, and of course, my girl, we rounded up with Oprah. Who knows? She could be running for president of the United States. I don't know how to get this idea from her speech because I read the transcripts like 3 times of that speech.
Just that the power of this. What happened was the power of this
Is her
speech,
husband?
and apparently they're not married.
Oh, whatever.
That's her
Come on.
partner. But no, the power of this speech and having what I was watching it live and the type of emotion that it brought up and the way that she spoke and the things that she said. The
But
whole of Twitter.
I didn't see these. I
she
read the
never
transcripts.
she never said anything about it. People were saying Oprah 2020. So people were saying we want Oprah as the president. And so then it
Like how they say
sparked-
Luis for PM.
Yeah, like how people say Louise for prime minister. People
Project
are saying
manager.
Oprah for president. And they just, Twitter went up. And then all of a sudden it's on the news. And people start asking Stedman.
But when they asked Stedman said that
He
if the
said
people want, she would
she would
run.
definitely consider it. But somebody was,
Was that
like,
what she said? Or she said she would
because
run
when
if people
they asked
wanted.
Gail said no.
But
she
Gail was
thinks-
on this morning. She
and
didn't say
said,
no. She
she
said
said
that.
outright no. And then she said she's intrigued by the idea, but she hasn't changed her mind. And I was like, dog, if because Dwayne Johnson wants to run for president,
Yeah,
talking
The
about
Rock.
running for president too.
Is that proper?
No, but
This- I
I
know.
think she would win it because come on.
I can't think
who
of
gonna say
anybody.
things bad about Oprah?
But I can't think of
Well,
anybody who she wouldn't
this
beat.
is where the problem lies, right? As the president of the United, as POTUS, right? You're going to end up having to do things
You're gonna piss
that
people off.
everybody going to hate you for.
Yeah. You
Right?
can't please everybody,
It
correct.
ain't going to have a time where Oprah doing things that everybody
No.
going to be happy about.
But I'm talking about any run-up. Whoever
it-
have to run against it, going to be real tough because how you go and beat up on Oprah?
And-
There's no way you can beat up on Oprah.
people they're talking about it should be Oprah and Michelle Obama.
Boy.
Dog.
Ooh.
All them rednecks, them go hang themselves. All of them. They're going to be hanging themselves.
I remember a while, not too long ago, actually just after they had left office, some of some supporters, some big financial supporters of Donald Trump made a stupid comment on Facebook saying that referring to Michelle Obama as when she was white, at least now the ape in heel is gone.
Gone, yeah.
You believe that?
Yeah.
Could you believe that? Mind you, they vote for an orangutan, eh?
Well, yeah. And they're excited.
So
about it.
who's the real ape? Anyhow.
All right, well,
Moving on.
we're gonna have our guest come in.
Yay!
She came in earlier actually and said hi because unlike other guests, she came early. Yes, here she is.
Hi, Stephanie. How you going?
Stephanie.
Hi.
All right. So this is your mic here. All right. Nice. So
You comfy?
welcome to our show.
All right.
I'm good.
Good. Let me just make sure they're hearing you. Kendall, they hearing her good?
So Stephanie, you came early. Where you came from? Where you came from work? You came from home?
Home?
Work and home is the same place?
No, yeah.
Cause I was
I
kind of
like-
reading
I
up.
just like
I know you're doing
food.
some nice skincare products and
Yeah.
thing. And so you think you could help me?
Yeah, come true.
I come into you do facials and thing too.
Yeah. all
Serious?
that, yeah.
Hmm.
I'll
Lee.
pick you up.
Yeah, plenty work there. Huh?
You mother ass.
Wait, so
Not
you
plenty
do the
work.
products or you have like do you do spa services
I do
as
both.
well? Yeah? Oh,
So sauna and thing too?
No sauna
No
yet.
sauna yet.
Soon though.
nice man. Okay.
But I want to talk about too. I want to touch base too on because I was reading online or you said put up about. Your tremendous fight with addiction.
Yeah.
And how many years ago was that?
5.
5 years ago. And you said that you just decided to check yourself into rehab. And what sort of triggered that? What led up to that? 'Cause that's a tough decision
I was
to make.
spiraling, like honestly. I was just real spiraling. I had no friends at that point. Nobody wanted to talk to me anymore. My mom wasn't really talking much to me. We didn't have much of a relationship. And I just started to feel very broken inside. And I just said, I had enough. I can't fight this on my own. It's obviously bigger than I am, and I can't fight it. So I knew at that point.
So you were open with it. It wasn't like,
No.
and a lot of addicts who sort of hide that their addiction. you know?
I wasn't hiding it at all. I guess I was bigger than me, so I didn't really care.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
That That's pretty close to rock bottom.
Yeah, it was deeper than rock bottom, I'd say.
So what made you decide or choose the rehab? Where did you go from Miami?
Mount St. Benedict.
Mount St. Benedict? Oh,
Yeah. I heard about it through another friend, and he went there. And I was talking to him how I can't stop. I think I need some serious help. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to turn to. And when he told me, I think it was that same week, I said, I'm going to go. And I packed my bags, and I knew if I didn't go that same day, I would have changed my mind. So I went.
What kind of techniques do you use? Though? Was like group therapy and
group therapy, one-on-one counseling, anger management, spirituality.
what like withdrawals? How you handle withdrawals?
I wasn't pretty at all. I had a lot of nausea, upset stomach, migraines, insomnia, depression.
Take a lot of willpower. Yeah, I mean, I personally myself who have my own battles with that. People who have never been addicted don't understand the hold it has over you, and that you're in a weakened mental state when you're addicted, and then you have to come from a weaker mindset to an even stronger mindset than the average person, because you have to be constantly on guard all the time and aware of this. So now that your mental capacity and for stamina and these kind of things are even stronger than the average person, because of what you've been through to make that journey is pretty tough, and you have to. I admire. It's not an easy thing to have to go through.
No, it was very, very tough. It was very tough.
And your relationship with your parents and stuff?
It's much better. I actually have conversations with them now.
Did your mom like your cosmetic stuff?
She loves it.
You cosmetics or only like skincare?
Skincare, I do lipsticks, right. Organic lipsticks.
So what was it organic? What flavors? What colors? Organic.
Well, it doesn't really have flavors, but it's made with cocoa butter and vitamin E.
And it would have a taste, a cocoa butter taste.
Slight. I just put a little peppermint in it, so you don't really taste it. So I hide the flavor of the.
And you have a full spectrum of colors.
I have a 4, and I use beetroot powder, so you get a nice tint.
So, Dra, are you gonna go and try some of her?
Well, yeah, I want to know about these facials and stuff.
Yeah, come true. I'll give you my Facebook page before I go.
Okay, yeah, because
We'll tell the people.
Yeah, man, come true.
So how long now you been doing your own stuff?
Same. I started when I came out of rehab. I took like a 6
So how come you chose that, by the way? Is it something you kind of dabbled in before and then?
Honestly, I liked it from before, and I did massage therapy and manicures and pedicures, and I like the fact that aromatherapy can help heal people. And I wanted to help people after my journey, because I knew what it was like to feel unstable inside and not feel good about yourself.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I wanted to reach out.
But I mean, amazing.
It just is some people. So I had a friend who was an addict.
Yeah.
He also went to Mount St. Benedict for his rehab, and it's the change in person when it's stark.
Yeah.
But I know that for Carnival, he didn't participate for a good few years.
Yeah.
So how do you now manage this vicey time?
Well, I do not have a problem with alcohol. I never did. So around this time, I will have a couple of drinks, and I won't say like I'm out being wild or anything. Most I would do is probably play Juve or just go on a trip or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Mellow vibes.
Mellow.
Yeah.
And that was how you were before?
No, I was a whole lot worse before. I was up in probably every fete, playing Juve, then playing Mass back to back. So now I'm just very mellow. I'm cool.
It's quite a change. It is. Do you miss your partying at all?
No. I'm more focused on work.
Good job. Lou John says that they like your pendant very much.
Oh, thank you.
Any
And
significance
also-
pendant?
I got it from Lou John's sister.
Lou John out here.
Now we understand.
All right.
I think Lou John has a crush on me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Lou John.
All right, Lou. Go for it. He's a nice guy, I hope. He's a nice guy?
Yeah.
You like him?
Yeah.
You have a boyfriend?
And him.
He's your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Oh.
Why? So he bought you that?
Yeah, from his sister. Yeah.
He bought it from his sister?
Yeah.
Sister makes it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, his sister makes the jewelry?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, busy.
Advertising for her hair.
Yeah.
KJ Creations.
Yeah.
We'll send you the bill. No. We'll send you the bill.
The bill in the mail. Somebody, I don't know if you would mind answering, but Dwayne Pilgrim wants to know what type of addiction.
It was marijuana, cigarettes, and I did ecstasy a few times. But I wasn't addicted to ecstasy as bad as I was with the marijuana and cigarettes.
Marijuana?
So you think marijuana was really a detriment?
Well, I always tell people, like, anything could be an addiction. Gambling for some people. Food. Pornography. So anybody could get addicted to anything, right?
Food and pornography, yes, wait.
Pornography. I have to go months, man.
So, I mean, different strokes for different folks.
I guess. But marijuana is not really known to be an addictive
Some
drug.
people, you know, when people tell me, I say, come, let's go to a couple of meetings. I'm going to take you through the mount. Let's take a walk.
So the amount they have other people, a lot of people there are addicted to marijuana.
Yeah, plenty.
I mean, it's
You know, I always wondered because so I lived in London for a bit,
Right.
twice, and the marijuana thing is a whole different thing there because they have to spray chemicals on it so that it can grow, as opposed to here where you could say we get the organic weed, right?
But not even that. Like, you're buying something off the street. You're buying something from a dealer. Can you really put your head on a block to know?
that it is organic.
Yeah.
Right. So my thing was I get so confused when people say, you know, well, the weed that you get here has chemicals on it. And I'm like, why would they do that?
So you come back and buy more.
No,
So,
I mean,
so
why for people who, when you buy, like, let's say, as I said, the organic grown weed, right? I mean, if you like smoking weed, you will go back and buy weed. And if you keeping it quiet, I will come back by you and buy the weed if I'm doing that.
Yeah.
But if it starts to make me tizzy, like how you see some of these, when you see in some of these North American countries and European countries that they say, certain European countries, I should say,
marijuana make it tizzy.
that people literally
Some
go
people get
off with the
paranoid.
marijuana. Yeah, they get
Psychosis,
psychosis with the marijuana because of the chemicals they need to grow it because they don't have the appropriate climate.
I thought marijuana was medicinal. I mean, I used to
It
smoke
has
weed.
medicinal properties.
But I stopped smoking weed years ago because only because after I done smoke, I want to eat out the house.
Just the house?
But you cannot think I go in the fridge and just eat anything.
But you see, with
Just the fridge?
I didn't eat.
Listen, when you do the marijuana thing, right? I know several people that the only time they smoke marijuana is right before they have sex because they swear by having sex right after they smoke marijuana.
I think I had
But I used to sleep so hard. I mean, so I mean, it's different because when I smoked weed, I didn't eat, and I fell asleep. So like I'm hearing, what, eat and sex?
I mean, it's
I don't make it sense to you, yeah.
I don't know, marijuana. I'm shocked that you.
I was bad.
Some people get paranoid and things.
Yeah, I was real paranoid too. And I was running out of places to go and smoke as well because the police used to pull up plenty when I was with friends.
Right.
I don't know if like.
How much have you been smoking?
Right.
So the police, are you known to the police?
I was at one point because I got caught in a few roadblocks.
So do you have an opinion on the legalizing of it in?
Yeah,
so
I honestly I believe everything in moderation, and I do find it does have medicinal properties.
Right.
So I find if they can just use it for that purpose only, but you know, recreation, it could lead to somebody
as a cure
to
for
other
soberness.
thing. Well,
I'm making sure, but I'm just so blown. I never actually heard of anyone being addicted. I had to go to rehab for it.
yeah,
I
it was
mean,
bad. And they had people in rehab who were just addicted to cigarettes.
there's cigarettes.
Yeah, just
Well, yeah,
cigarettes.
that's known to be addictive.
So, and I had it two hand in hand, so I was a hot mess.
Floral Mirage has a kind of important question, and she wants to know what was the cost for the rehab at Mountain Melody?
It was $5,000 a month, but I do know if you're struggling financially, they kind of bend a little bit.
Okay, and somebody else wanted to know. I just had it there. Oh no, Becca Suku just wanted to say that she's glad that she got help and that you're doing
thank
great.
you.
Yes.
Excellent. But I learned something tonight, though. I mean, you get addicted to marijuana.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
But you're right.
No, but not everybody, yeah.
No.
There's
I mean,
different
I
people.
smoked it for years.
Do you think out of all the drugs, it was like the least addictive you think, or compared to the other ones?
I loved it. I loved it, but it didn't love me back. That was the problem. It wrecked my life.
So you have a bad reaction with it?
Very bad.
Yeah.
I just
Well,
wasn't functioning like a normal person.
Yeah, I guess everybody different.
Life just passed me by like whoosh.
So how long were you smoking?
I started at 16 and stopped when I was 23.
That is a long time.
So
If you're saying, if that's the effect that it was having on you.
yeah, so time went past and I didn't even know time. I was still in the same place. I was stuck. And that's when I said, I need to get out of
So you
where
did
I am.
massage therapy while you were...
I did, but business wasn't really business. You know what I mean? I think people knew something was off.
It was secondary.
Yeah, something was definitely off. I needed any money to buy weed, so I did it. I did it because I
Well, I have to
needed
be,
to.
I have to be honest myself. I've tried a lot of different drugs, and I've had lots of fun. But like the key to any of them, I would never recommend it to anybody. If you have addictive person, I just like gambling. I'm not addicted to gambling. I enjoy it from time to time, but you know, it really depends on what. I guess everybody have their own addiction in different ways.
Exactly.
You know, everybody. So as I said, even food could be an addiction. People and that actually could kill you too. You know. But what is your addiction though? What you have to kind of look in your life and find out what your addiction is.
Yeah, actually, you were talking about you had to work, so you had to buy drugs. So you're working.
Yeah.
I once went to this, it was like a radio conference thing, because I was sound engineer and stuff. And there lots of different people from American radio stations all around the country were there. And the lady from Phoenix was saying that it was really difficult for them to get workers because their radio station was right near to a reservation. And so the American Indians, they don't pay taxes. And a lot of the younger ones, they were just on drugs. So they would have workers, they would come in, they would work for 2 weeks, get the money and disappear for like 2 months because they just worked to get the money, to buy the drugs, to get high, and when they need to get more drugs, they come back to work, they work for 2 weeks, they take the money, they disappear, they get high.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle. I see
vicious
that a lot
cycle.
in St. Martin. Because in St. Martin, it is because it's province of Holland.
Yeah.
They're part of the Netherlands. They're very kind of liberal on the weed smoke. I mean, I can't walk on the street walking a ton of weed, but I join us so they, you know. And the rest of the drugs too. They're not really very. The police not very thing on it. You know, they don't really come running it down, but. But then prostitution is also legal there too. And you can get addicted to prostitution.
Is it specifically prostitutes or is just the sex?
Well, it's, you know, I remember, I said addiction, but when I was younger, I was just because, you know, man and the egos, and I was always like, I would never pay for sex because it was like a thing, and I always used to. I used to be, when I was younger, I used to like the whole act of the seduction, you know, the chase. In fact, when I in my younger age, the chase was sometimes even better than the actual sex act itself. Sometimes, you know, just what is the word?
Cotton?
No, there's not courting. It's more of seduction. It is the whole, you know, the whole
Isn't it
act of.
terrible though when the sex is real bad, just lie down like a dead starfish and you're like, what
I
the
don't,
hell
you know
am I
what?
doing
I
here?
get.
Stephanie's appalled by our conversation.
That's Stephanie. But you know, and well, I can't forget where I was going with this now. So you know, yeah. So this was like it was like running it down, and then now I realized, like, my God, it was just so much energy to put out. You know, the dinner, the thing, and the taking out, the having to listen to the whole conversation. You know, and I just got lazy. Say, you know what? I don't mind paying for the sex ed now.
It'll probably be the same price.
Yeah, probably a bit cheaper. Because we never take somebody out to dinner and all that. You know, and I don't know. It's just it is. I remember what's his name? Charlie from 2.5. Charlie Sheen. Always saying that he never really paid women for sex. He paid them to go home after sex.
That is hilarious.
It's true. It is
Stephanie, I have a
true.
question though. When you give
Sure.
me a card though, that's for my information.
Yeah.
But for everybody else's information, where are your products available? Because I know that you do pop-up shops and
Yeah,
stuff,
and
but
upmarkets.
do you do only upmarkets
No,
or
they
are
can
you
get
in
in touch
brick and
with me.
mortar?
Yeah, they can get in touch with me, and I
Okay.
normally meet people in a location, or they could come through by me and get stuff.
Okay, and you're located where's-
Maraval.
Maraval?
Yeah.
Girl, yes.
Yes, slay. The young
Slay
people
all
they
day,
say.
girl.
Slay.
Okay, well, we want to thank you for coming
Thank you.
onto our show and giving us this insight into your life story. And
Yeah,
we are also very happy that you managed to pull yourself out
Yes,
and
yes.
see it in yourself that you needed help.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. All right, I'll wait for you outside to give you that card.
Oh yeah, you can
All
do
right.
that. Oh, but we're gonna take a little bit. But you could wait for me outside. don't
Yeah.
mind. Yeah.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Stephanie. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Okay, have a good night.
You too. Oh, that's a heavy boy.
Yes. I put that down a diet.
Okay, so Stephanie just looks so uncomfortable with us talking about
I don't know. What is it about me that makes people uncomfortable? I
no,
don't
the sex.
understand it.
Some,
I
some
mean,
people can't handle
I
our
just,
conversations, and they see this mansplaining that we about to do here. y'all.
all right.
It's a
And
good
I
thing
do
she
not
went
know this
outside.
question.
She
She
does not
never
know- I
gives me the
don't
questions
give
in
me question in
advance.
advance.
She never does.
So this is the situation with this. You have to wait until I'm finished. You might think I'm finished, but I'm not finished. When I say go on or mansplain, then you will know, right?
Okay. So I'm waiting for mansplain.
Wait for me to say mansplain. From a sensory perspective, what is the difference between a blowjob and vaginal sex or anal sex? So, what is the difference among the three? Which of the three do you prefer? So, rank them and say why. But you have to, from a sensory perspective, say what is the difference among the three: blowjob, vaginal sex, and anal sex. Mansplain.
All right. I prefer the anal sex.
That's the last part of the question.
Right? But that's what I prefer. Right? So it goes anal sex, vaginal sex, blowjob for me. But different men love a blowjob. You know, different men like different things. Blowjob for me is foreplay. Real hard for me to have an orgasm on a blowjob. You know, you gotta be real good. You gotta be able to suck like a basketball to a 100-foot garden hose.
What?
You have to be able to suck a basketball through a 100-foot garden hose. For me, it's nice for foreplay, but it's not going to. Yeah. I'll tell you the difference between anal sex and vaginal sex, and here's the difference because I've been asked this question before. Say this is the toti, and I God hope it isn't. That would be with anything, right? When you have sex with a woman in a vagina, it grabs the mouth of the vagina tends to grab the place that really you get most sensation. That is where she grabs, right? But when you have anal sex, because it's the intestine, the whole thing does this when she flexes. So the whole shaft of your penis gets massaged when you. I guess that's why gay guys love it. But but and it's a quiet taste. I have a woman will not do it at all. Will do it just enough to please me. A woman who just love it. I have a woman who have anal sex and have orgasms on it. And just that alone. I guess it's an acquired taste. But so. I mean, that is really, and that's honestly, it's because the intestine and the way the intestine works to exit food or waste of food, the waste of food, it has that ability to massage it like that.
So what is the difference then? Okay, so now we know that those two penetration things, but like some guys really love a blowjob.
Yeah, and someone give great blowjobs.
And some of them. Well, what is the sensory difference between a blowjob and
vagina
and vaginal sex?
The tongue, man. The tongue is an amazing thing. And
Is
everyone
it
knows.
wetter? Is it warmer? What is it?
The main difference is the tongue. Because if a woman could use her tongue and she could spin that thing wrong, man, amazing. Your big toe will bend back and touch your heel. No, seriously. A woman will give a great blowjob. For me, it's not a finisher. Very few times. Very few times for me to finish it. But for most men, I know men they find it good to go. For me, it is foreplay. But the real difference in that, the real intense thing about it is the tongue. I like, because for me it's very visual. I like having sex, and I guess part of the anal thing too is the wordlessness of it. It's wicked. It's kind of taboo.
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
Yeah.
It's illegal. Because I come and lock me up. But I'm also accustomed to handcuffs, so be careful.
You might say, thanks, officer.
Yeah, thank you, officer. But seriously, the tongue, and of course she can control the suction too better in her mouth, And women, as opposed to vaginal, I just like, because I like the intimacy. I like kissing. Like, for instance, strangely enough, I like missionary position because I like to be able to kiss. Because I kind of in my old age, strangely enough, I like the contact that the kissing, can I say, strangely enough, it for me, and I will admit that when you have feelings for a woman, that the sex is much more intense. But I weigh that against when you spend too much time together, it's killing. But definitely, especially like when you now meet each other and you're really feeling that
honeymoon phase.
Yeah, that's that intensity that person you have with you, and you're kissing and having sex. It is the best thing.
So now that you say that, so is it that you put a time on? Okay. Usually my the hotness of the lustiness of the sex lasts maybe 2.5 years. So after 2.5 years, dog, we done.
Actually, that's my number, self. How you hear that in here? Actually,
Yeah.
Most of my long-term relation with women last 2.5 years.
Yeah, that's my number too.
Well, you're not old enough for that to be your number.
Are you crazy?
Unless you've had sex with one person.
Yeah, Lee bouncing around a long time in him. No, but seriously, it's about 2.5, 3 years. It is. That 3 year click is, for some reason, it's just, you start looking for reasons. Sometimes you start looking for reasons to argue when you have none. You just, but it's hard. It's hard to have somebody in your grill, and not just hard for me, but hard for her too. I guess I must assume to have somebody always in your personal space.
I
Can't deal with that.
I like a lot of space. I mean, there are times when, yes.
But you can't be married and have that, though. That's the trouble. You have to give that up.
Well, I think sometimes, so like, I'm going to have to say something here, but I'm going to figure out a way not to say this. So, right, this is what I'm going to say. I think it's important for like somebody like me, when I am married, in my marriage, my personality, you should know that before we get married. And you should know I like a certain amount of independence, because in a relationship, the way that I accept love and the way that I give love might not be the way that you want to accept love or that you give love. So I might like a little space by like you to come and maybe every once in a while bring food for me home or drop food in my office, and I'll be like, oh yeah. But you like when I come home, I come and we snuggle down on the couch and we watch TV and you play with my hair. But I don't like people touching me up. Like, just unless, and like, not in,
how are you gonna have? Are you gonna cuddle and spoon
so
and?
Like so like
canoodle?
You don't canoodle?
Like, I'd like to canoodle, but I mean in a situation. So if you see me, so they have people that like I could be sitting down watching like a show, a program on the television, and they come in and want to be snuggling up and like, dog, I'm watching something important there. Like,
I know, like
right now.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Listen.
I'm watching Game of Thrones. Like,
how are you gonna get married? But marriage is about invasion of space. It's about sleeping in the same bed every night. It's about using the same bathroom.
Listen, if I'm married to somebody
you can't even shit in peace. I mean, come on. When you're married, you cannot even shit in peace.
I'll tell you.
I don't know how people do that. I shower and do not come into the bathroom and take a shit while I'm in the shower. No.
I tell you flat out, if I am married to somebody who snores, I will be sleeping in another room or on the couch. I am not sleeping in a bed with them. I don't give a shit. As a matter of fact, that's
most men snore. So what man you marrying?
If I
all
can
men
snore,
snore.
if
And
any
women
bedroom
too, all you
women-
feel a little snow, eh?
I'm not saying a woman don't snow or on
Do
occasion.
you snow, Indra?
I know if I'm extremely tired. So like when I worked in advertising, if I had events and stuff and I didn't sleep for like two days or something, when I fell asleep. But if I snore, I wake up immediately.
That's some loud
Because
ass
I hear
snoring.
it. No, I hear
Judge ye not, Indra. Judge ye not.
No, 'cause
You're
I
a-
hear it
Half the time you
immediately.
probably be snoring, don't even know you're snoring. Only when you're snoring real bad, you realize
And
it.
I know exactly when the position I'm in when I'm snoring. If I'm on my back, I would snore. Dog, my sister and I shared a bedroom for many years, but she has rhinitis. And she would snore, and I would be getting up in the
You mean
night,
like smother with the pillows, I mean.
pelt her with the pillow, so she would get up, and I'd be like, dog, turn to the
That's where it's
side.
got from.
That
Because
turn to the side shit is actually work.
for her it did.
I always hear about that, but I never know if it actually
Yeah,
works.
for her it did. Some people I know doesn't work with them.
Suppose I was leave with you with a real hot chick and after sex you all fall asleep and she start to snore on people. That'd be a turn off for you.
But they don't have sex, so.
You just
matter.
get your snoring ass out. No, but would that be a turn off for you when I snore?
I don't think so. Depends how bad it is, boy. If it's shaking up the room, well, boy.
If you like triggering car alarms in the neighborhood and
Yeah,
then,
look, I know somebody that will be sleeping in a room, right? The door closing and
then-
lock. And you could be in another room with that room closing and locked, and you still hearing them snoring.
It's how people like
No,
that.
no, 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 no.
I have uncle
No,
and
no,
don't
no,
like
no,
that
no, no. Nope. Not at all.
wow, that's killer. That's killer for marriage. So we understand, the difference between oral, vaginal, and anal sex now, right?
Well,
Uncle Louis
as
has
best as
explained.
Louis could
Oral sex is
explain.
great, but lady, the whole thing is the tongue and the suction. Go
Does
for
the
it.
spit matter?
Yes, it
Does
does.
the
It acts as
wetness
lubrication.
matter? Does the wetness matter with the
Yeah.
blowjob? Because I know some fellas that like
like
when
it
girls
sloppy.
like
No, I don't like it sloppy.
like flipping drooling, and
Nah.
I'm like, that,
I don't like sloppy.
that
I don't like
nice.
sloppy. And I do like swallow.
But you just said you don't come on a blowjob.
Huh?
So how you can
No,
like
because
when girls
and then
swallow?
okay, open your mouth.
Oh,
Yeah, I like the swallow. Just you probably wouldn't get me there, so I'm like, and then I'll just okay, hey, open your mouth,
oh. Okay.
and better swallow it, eh?
All right,
Understand?
boss. You better swallow it, eh?
Better swallow it.
Yeah.
I think it's a personal insult if you spit.
Yeah.
Personal
If you're
insult.
putting his penis in your mouth, you might as well swallow these.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what I
exactly.
Yeah.
What I said.
Anyway,
Because I don't mind burying my face between your legs. So.
that is what I was talking about with the weed thing. I didn't want to embarrass Stephanie. And you were there talking about when you smoke weed, you like to eat out everything
Yeah, but
from
not
in the
sex.
fridge.
Oh, I mean,
And I was
you-
like, just from in the fridge? And I was like,
Oh, I
only
now
eat out
understand
all
what
the
you was
food.
trying to
and
say.
I was like, only the food? And you
Jeez.
wasn't catching on, dog. Come
No.
on, Louise.
because I don't normally have sex when I smoke weed.
Remember, that's the motto. Girls spit, women swallow. Just remember that,
We
guys.
singing that song a long time. Anyway, listen, Louise, you have a whole chance to have your whole rant this time. You gotta cut it short.
Well, let me see. Well, my rant really and truly is about, after hearing our Prime Minister give the address to the nation, I was kind of mixed, but at the same time pissed off too. It's just like, first of all, what's the story? No plan going forward with the crime, and then not 12 hours after he had the address to the nation, this horrible shooting up thing with the car catching on fire and little children dying. No plan, no strategy. I on the same program gave a strategy. Unfortunately, it was denied that we had technical problems and didn't go on here, but I will touch on it briefly about, first of all, clean up the police surface before we even tackle crime. And I'm going to rush right through that because I think it's very important, about cleaning up the police service. And my ideas were that, first of all, we give a notice. In 3 months' time, we're going to start to kind of exercise to clean the police service. From that, before we do that, we get 3 or 4 senior officers and we put them through BIR audit, right? Drug testing, and then followed by random drug testing. And also, we do a lie detector test. Now, it may not stop in court. I don't care about court. It's about getting rid of the bad police officers. And we start with the commissioner of police, by example, and we come down through everybody. Now, I know everybody will start screaming politics and union and what public service, but, and I want to quote Barack Obama here, that I've said previously as well, in an interview with Bill Maher. He said when he came up with the Affordable Care Act, if he thought about the politics of it and everybody was going to oppose it, he would have never come forward with it. The idea is we can clean up the police service by doing those 3 things: auditing, drug testing, and lie detector tests. You fail those, you're out the police service. You pass, we give you a big fat raise because we want you to stay in the police service and plenty benefits, right? And everybody else will fire. I don't care if we have to pay them severance. I don't care what the hell we have to pay them. It's worth it to get them out of the police service. I'm not going to look into lock up nobody. I just want them out of the police service. And then we apply that to regiment, immigration, customs, clean up the whole service. Understand? And that'll be step 1. And while you're doing that, you're segregating the new recruits coming in. You're doing the same test to them now to make sure. Because I want to ask you a question. Do you think right now there's a good possibility that our regiment and police may have ISIS rebels in there? That may have people planning to do us harm? That have been put in there, training under our own people? It's very likely. We had a shitload of Trinidadians that went away to fight for them. So it's reasonable to think that we would have some pockets of maybe some sleeper cells in our own regiment, in our own police service. So this would get rid of their ass too. All right. So that was my plan going forward. And I'm just an average Joe. I'm just another citizen. No plan. No plan for the crime. Nothing. I hear nothing from him on that. Right. All I hear is about his taxes, which I agree we have to pay, but I hear about giving contracts to big contractors to build more low-income housing, which, I don't. Poor people want to get housing, okay, fine. And again, the poor people get in, and the rich people get in, and the middle income, as always, as history has always played out, right, get the big wood. Understand? Because we the one going to have to pay all the higher taxes. All the taxes, talking about the property taxes, of course. We want to bring in most revenue on that. And I don't say we shouldn't pay property taxes, but I find having the retro pay is unfair. And it just continues. I saw Carmen Burt on Morning Brew. And the thing about Carmen, even though Carmen pissed me off because he sometimes can be an arrogant twit, is sometimes he's talking, it makes sense. And this morning when he was on the Morning Brew, he was making sense. I mean, we're talking about the devaluation of the dollar. I often wondered, what was the point of devaluation? Would it make US dollars more available to us? And it won't. It make more TT dollars available. And he was right with that. So devaluation is not the way to go. But at the same time, from the Patrick Manning regime, and a lot of times Rowley like to separate himself from that, but a lot of the people that are around him was on that same Patrick Manning team. Understand? And they screwed us over with Clico. Remember the Teixeira woman being able to cash in her stuff before, and of course she gave 900 excuses, different excuses. The one she gave at the time when she was questioned about it was different to the one that was given at the inquest when they were checking Clico to find out, how this happened, how it is she managed to be quit. Not only her, but all of her close family. You understand?
And then she got money as well with some lawsuit, which I found
what Teixeira she was again?
I
can't even remember. I used to call her Horseface.
I've seen the hairstyle and the glasses.
Yes, what was her name?
I can't remember. I just remember her last name, Teixeira.
In an interview once, and she was asked about it, and I quote, her answer was...
Oh, by the way, I just want not to cut you off, but Ryan Phillips said that Luis will be Minister of Affairs, only affairs.
Yes, affairs! That's it. We should start a Ministry of Sexual Affairs. And I'll be the minister. I'm permanent secretary.
Thank you, Jerome Ali. Karen Nunez Teixeira.
Karen Nunez Teixeira. That was
yes.
you know what I mean? I think I lost like $300 on her in a race once. The woman annoyed the hell out of me. I know who else annoyed the hell out of me? Andre Montai. And the time he was secretary of the PNM. You understand? And he was one of he and Lawrence Dupre was the two big boys in Clico, who was the captains of the ship. You understand? And they walk away from this with their bank accounts bursting at the seam. Everybody else lose money. So that happened. That started in PNM. And that went through the UNC. You understand? Because we had to pay all that money as taxpayers. And I'm not hearing nothing from Keith Rowley about, making sure that kind of shit don't happen again. But the places we renting for how much $1 million a month. Why? I'm sure we still renting them. He mentioned nothing about what went on with Petrotrin and the fake oil. You understand? And this person, he said, was his personal friend. All of a sudden, that gone hush. And I bet you that going to just disappear too. Just like Steve Ferguson and Ish Galbaran saying, it always just keep hanging there and never really go anywhere. There's a common theme that's going on in Trinidad, and I'm fed up about it, because if you're raising our taxes, and I understand you have to, then you have to, on the other hand, be more efficient, but how, because I have to say, it is, bad management or squandering, because I can't say otherwise. I don't really physically have the proof to say it, even though, So if you're going to be squandering taxpayers' money, you understand? And tell us we have to pay more taxes, at least show us you're more responsible for the tax money we spending, It just angered me so much that I felt that speech was lacking in that. But at the same time, I was pleased to see the UNC actually, sign this new president in, even though I don't really think we need one. And I got really pissed off at them at the same time when 12 hours after that, I saw this killing, this gang slaying thing. And we need gangster legislation to deal with this shit that's going on. I think my time is just about up. I mean, I could go on and mumble on and ramble on, but it just pisses me off. Pisses me off, really does. And then, before I go, can I just mention the curse of the PNM? You know the curse of the PNM?
That's a person or a thing?
No, the curse of the PNM. It actually is a thing, and you can Google it if you want. That all the prime ministers that came in the PNM, died at 69.
Yeah, boy, we checked that. Every single one.
Every single one died at 69.
How old is Rowley?
She's 67,
Oh, good.
and rumored to be not well.
Wait, what do you say? Where you got that from?
Check it.
We check
Doing
it.
all right.
We check it.
I'm not kidding you.
We are checking that.
My favorite number is their newest nightmare.
All of them died at 69.
All the prime ministers that were
all
from
the
PNM.
PNM prime ministers.
All the PNM prime ministers died at age 69. From Eric Williams to George Chambers to Patrick Manning.
Do you know that at present we have
Patrick Manning died like 3 weeks before his 70th birthday.
Since we're talking about dying,
You could ask anybody, message me if I'm wrong. I'm sure people out there know that.
at present, we do not have any living past presidents of this country
Oh, serious?
because
until
Max just
Kamuna.
died. So Ellis Clark died, Hassan Ali died, Max Richards died. So until this
stress.
swearing auntie, who is a Hillarian, we have none. So that we have to wait for Kamuna. So Kamuna again gonna be almost in a place of I the only one with his powers.
So I guess, I'll leave you with the curse of the PNM.
That is something else. Okay.
I mean, serious. I mean, that's a hell of a coincidence, though.
That is crazy. Is
it twice is a coincidence, 3 times?
It's like the 27 club with music. All of those big kind of rock and stuff musicians that died at 27. You know about them? Janis Joplin.
Yes. Correct. Yes, I know about
I think
this.
Amy Winehouse joined that club too. And all of them dead when they was 27.
Turning 28 soon.
So Trinidad have a 69, PNM have a 69 club.
A 69 club. Google it. Anybody making comments? And I want to know.
Nobody talking about that. People were talking about Karen Horseface to share. So,
but I'm not sure Rowley is 67 though. I believe he is 67.
A few people are saying, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I how much money I can make that. I thought that was general knowledge. And many people don't realize that. I could have win so much money already in bets. Nah, impossible. All of them died at 69.
That's crazy.
Well, I guess that's it for tonight. I want to thank everyone I hope you enjoyed the show. I had fun doing it. And Dra, thank you so much for your questions and letting me mansplain. I know mansplaining tonight must have been a particularly gross tonight.
I think a couple people were like, oh my gosh.
You?
Yeah.
What about you kind of person? Lee, you have fun?
Yeah, good.
Right.
So don't forget to check us out. We'll be back on Thursday. I have more shit to talk. It's it's endless flow. People are like, Luis, how do you talk so much shit? And the secret is to drink lots of water. Just make sure the toilet seat to the back of your head when you're drinking it. Doggy style, like I have sex.
Okay, good.
Bye everyone. Have a good one. Take it easy. Run and cut. 951 remix.